Welcome back to Two Brothers Sports Podcast presented by RambleOnSports.com. It is Friday, December 8th. We have closed the book on college football for the most part. We still have bowl games, still have the playoff, but from picks from yours truly, from Sean, from Max, who we have here today, pretty much closing the book on that. But we do have the one game that every single college football fan has on their bucket list, regardless of who you root for. That's the Army Navy game. And so we've got that game to talk about tonight, or talk about this weekend. We've also got NFL Week 14. We've got the Steelers playing the Patriots tonight. It's Thursday night. So Sean, just give the people a quick, he doesn't even want to do it. Quick prediction and we'll move along.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
under,
yeah. Oh,
it's the
it's
under.
gonna be stinky. I feel bad that this is a standalone primetime game. I don't think at the beginning of the season when Steelers Pats Thursday night, I was anticipating what we're gonna have to watch tonight, which was a record low total for is it at 30 right now, the
Yep.
over under, and honestly that still seems all too high right now. The Pats can't do anything on offense. The Steelers offense is horrendous. Both teams relatively good defense there. We have two backup quarterbacks going, Mitch and Zappy. I won't go too much into a betting perspective because again, this will probably come out after the game is already played. But like at least for you guys, I can't do much credit, but saw like maybe a like Jalen Warren like over receptions could be like a big dump off, like not fun to watch, but to win some money there. But I mean, if Steelers can't win this, just tank the rest of the year to improve their draft pick. But I don't know. At least like it'll be kind of Mitch will throw the ball into triple coverage 40 yards down the field a couple times, and like some of them will be arm punts, but some might be sick like Pickens catches. So that's something. I don't know. Maybe help maybe TJ can sneak in a sack or there to kind of help edge him closer to the record. I don't have a lot of fascinating or I'm not as jazzed up as I would be for a week one game.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
if you guys get more than 10 points, you can break the awful
Mm.
record that the Pats have going on. So,
I mean, like a 10-3 win though would be hilarious because that is just Pats are excelling at that.
yeah,
oh yeah.
it's unreal.
Yeah, I was saying this is someone else, so like it's the opposite of the immovable force meets an unstoppable object, like
Yep.
just very movable forces here, and then
Yeah.
whatever the other side of that phrase. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. So
It's almost like you're like sitting there, you're like, all right, so 30 17 to 10, and that's how the Steelers cover. But God forbid that.
Yeah.
what's,
Oh
what-
yeah, I hate the what is it like Steelers -6? Like
yeah,
I don't like that at all.
yeah. I thought that was pretty crazy. I might just tease the shit out of it. Do like
Mhm.
Pats or
Right.
just do like Steelers money line.
It was kind of like back to like the math play that I did with Toledo and Miami of Ohio in the MAC championship last. It's like if the total set out like was like low 40s, like if you're telling me this is already a low game, yet one of the teams and a conference championship, so one's not dominant over the other in 8 points, like something's fishy there. So
Yep.
like I usually give me the points in that situation, which if we're doing the same thing here would be just take the Pats on the points.
Yep.
Or tease it.
I hear that. Max, you got a fresh looking Bedard jersey on.
Yeah.
How you feeling
And
with
a
that?
fresh looking face too.
I know. Max balling. You're stunting on us.
Yeah. Yeah, they play tonight against Anaheim. So we'll see what it is. I like Connor Bedard points is getting a little closer to the plus money recently, which is a great one. I think it's like minus 140, 130. So I like those now. He's still going to score, hopefully, every game, but they're looking at probably getting a number one overall again. Sharks are kind of picking up now, and we're dropping, but it's okay. We're rebuilding. I'm on.
Isn't that how the Pens kind of started the Crosby Malkin? Didn't they get
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
Crosby
We weren't
first and
like
then
good right
Malkin the year
away.
after?
Like Sid got 100 points, and like that was sick. The team, that's how we still got essentially Malkin, Crosby, and Fleury in 3 straight drafts.
Yeah.
There's some luck there. Like you didn't necessarily have to hit on all three, but you're not in the. It's not a bad place. Like right, yeah, it kind of sucks just losing games, but like Just let the young guys go out and play, and eventually, they're going to
Yeah,
be balling.
Yep.
exactly. And yeah, at least we have a guy like Bedard to watch. And yeah, same thing with Tate, Kane and Taves too. So went through that stuff, but yeah, hockey's fun this year. But we
Pretty much. I think it's Patrick Kane's first night, first game with the Red Wings tonight.
yeah. So that sucks.
I like it.
And I will always love drunk Patty Kane.
Oh yeah, have to. Well, we'll definitely. I mean, as we're wrapping up football, I know we'll kind of start slowly becoming all football to starting to turn the corner with some hockey, some basketball as we turn the corner. So we will definitely be getting in that back here soon. Definitely excited for Bedard. But let's get into college football. Let's talk. We'll go Final Four reactions. So just real quick, Michigan won, playing Bama at the 4. 2 Washington, playing 3 Texas. Big thing obviously, Florida State being left out. What were your guys' initial reactions there? Start with Sean.
Yeah, it's that, at least for my reaction or opinion, is like sometimes two things can be true. Like Florida State, deserves to be in the Final Four. Like that's absolutely crazy, and they have all the right to be mad and upset. But this is probably done correctly in getting the 4 best teams in the playoff here. Even if Alabama loses, like it was probably the right decision. Of course, with Florida State being down, backup quarterback and everything there. So that sucks for the kids. It sucks for all that. But I mean, these are 2 awesome games. So I'm excited.
Max?
Yeah. It is tough. Like we've all seen, it's the first ever undefeated conference champion to not get in. But I think you're right. It is the right call. I was saying that night we were in my friends group chat getting into it. But yeah, I thought Texas played a hell of a game, so they were going to sneak in, being the conference champion, only losing to Oklahoma and beating Bama. But I think this is the best way. Like it's kind of like I forgot who snuck in. Didn't Washington sneak in one of the first 2 years and just get shithoused?
Yeah, Michigan State
but
did that too.
I think it was a Jake
Browning.
Browning.
Yep.
Yeah.
2018.
Yeah. So like it kind of, I'm not saying State would get shithoused, but like I think they matched these up the best way they could, and these are going to be some fantastic games to watch.
I think what's hilarious is, so I've heard this used in a bunch of different ways, right? And it's so it's the whole cycle of how we went from cable to streaming, and essentially we're bundling streaming, and it's essentially cable again, right? So it's like you get all these channels, and then all of a sudden you realize you're paying the same amount for like 9 streaming things as you would have just been paying for cable. And so it's like how that cycle's done. I feel like we're now getting back into we're like skipping kind of we're skipping. I'm trying to think it was BCS, and then there was something else. I forget. It was the methods essentially, but I feel like we're now getting back to the point where it was like, okay, we're not having a playoff. We're just going to take the 2, kind of the teams that we like the best, not using the computers. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah. So like get out the computers. Now we're just putting it back on the committee to just be like, all right, give us just like 3 essentially really good fucking games. And I feel like now they're doing that part, and it's just the same thing.
Yeah. Luckily, this is, it's a conversation right now, certainly a debate, but not going to have to worry about this going forward. Yep. If a team like Florida State plays well, but not maybe deemed a top 4, oh, good, you're going to get in the playoff anyway. Yep. And play the games. If it works out there, and like to your point, Sam, back in in the BCS, like the computers era, I bet Georgia would be in the top 4.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like right, like if it's like a Vegas thing, like they. Certainly, in my opinion, one of the 4 best teams. They just unfortunately lost, in the one part of the schedule that they couldn't. So, either way, we good. I mean, I don't know. I'll kick to you guys if you kind of have any takes. I think the one thing that I'll be kind of keeping an eye on is I think there's going to be a lot of hype over the next 3 weeks with Texas, and rightfully so. That team can score with anyone. They probably on paper some of the best players, like just a bunch of 5 stars. But like in a non-analytical sense, I think there's something about like Team of Destiny vibes with Washington. And I love the idea that it might be able to get like a +6 or +7 or end up, money line outright, almost a la same thing in the Oregon game there too. So I don't know if you guys have any just initial thing when you saw the games that you thought about.
Max, I'll defer to you.
Yeah, kind of like I mentioned, I think these two teams match up perfectly. I think the Michigan Bama game is just going to be fucking heads banging, and the Texas Washington is just airing it out.
Yeah, it's going to look like college football, like where the Michigan Alabama will look way more like a Sunday game.
Yeah, honestly. So I think they match up very well. I do like the Michigan or the Washington plus, which even though they're the two, they have a very good chance of being plus money. Their defense.
Yeah, I think
+4 right now.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't even looked at those. Yeah,
so
but their defense is great against Oregon. If they can keep that up against Texas, they can definitely do some things.
Yeah, it's kept them in some of these games where the offense didn't show up. They've won every single game. Like the defense has kept them in and been rolling here of late.
And I'm looking at it. So just for the sake, I mean, obviously numbers are going to change come kickoff, but just for reference, y'all, we got Michigan -1.5, and over under 45.5 in that game. And then the Texas Washington, Texas -4, and then over under of 64. And I don't know if that's going to keep going up. I might hammer that now. I think this is going to be, it might get so high that it's not going to be possible, but I think of both those teams and I'm like, all right, these about to be a crazy game. And +150 for money line for Washington for reference. So that's pretty primo right there. Getting the 2 seed at +150. I love that. It's weird. I feel like last year, I feel like we all have to throw last year's playoff out the window. Like just with Michigan getting the shit kicked out of them by TCU and then Georgia just rolling over everyone. Like, to think that there's going to be a blowout in either of these games, I think you're fucking crazy. I think each game is going to be within 7.5 points. So, I mean, I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm going to be so the date that I will be watching this game will be January 2nd because I will be in New Zealand at the time of this game. So I will be 18 hours ahead of you guys. Probably.
Yeah, you're going to know the results before us.
Yeah.
How that works, right?
Yeah, don't follow. Yeah, DraftKings, don't be looking at my shit. But yeah, so I'm already trying to figure out like where we're gonna be on that day. Already thinking about, and we'll get into it here. Maybe potentially a Packers first round playoff game might be on the flight home from New Zealand. I don't know, but very excited for the playoff. I think it's the first year in a while where I'm like, I think that both games are going to be incredible. And there's times where I've thought that and they don't end up that way. So we'll see how that goes. I just don't know about Texas, bro. Like, it's just kind of like even Washington too, but like, it's kind of I'm like, one of these two teams has to win. Texas to go from like, I'm just still used to everyone being like, oh yeah, Texas is still, Texas isn't back yet. And now they're potentially a favorite in the college football playoff, like a couple years after second year Sark, right? Is this year 2 of Sark? Or is it year 3?
It might be year 3.
Okay. So either way, I mean, still really impressive turnaround, but
absolutely.
And you got DeBoer. I mean, you've got the Harbaugh, Saban, and then you got the Sark and DeBoer. So I think it's a lot of good storylines, but
yeah, I was gonna say that matchup, they get a Texas rematch for Bama. I don't know if I said matchup, but get that rematch. That'd be.
I'm mad at myself for not even remembering that. Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, and I don't know. I kind of forgot this. Sark was the head coach at Washington before he was at USC.
Oh, true.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, I mean, I'm sure we're gonna hear about it on ESPN for the next, 4 weeks, but looking forward to those.
Yeah, games. Man. That'll be good. It'll be good stuff.
Sweet. Well, let's get into the only game we've got for college football this weekend. Army Navy, always a great game. I almost spoke out of turn. I wrote down Philly. I just assumed it was in Philly. It's actually in Foxborough at Gillette this weekend. So gonna be up there in Boston. I think that's pretty cool. I guess slightly closer to the Army West Point location, so maybe the fans travel. I don't know how people approach this in the armed forces games, because I feel like everyone travels from everywhere. I mean, you ask Mr. Fitz or any of the military parents that we have. I mean, shit, for your dad, Sean, with the Air Force, like, it probably doesn't matter. He's just like, all right, well, I know he didn't go to the academy, but still, you gotta have some.
Yeah,
Air Force,
we pull for them.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll just kind of say the lines and then I'll get y'all's reactions here. So Army's -3, -148 on the money line, right about where our juice line hits. And then we've got over under 27.5, second lowest under in the history of gambling, and behind, of course, Nebraska and Iowa earlier this year. So how are we feeling? And any sides, anything you guys have on that?
Give me the Black Knights. I think Army will win this game and certainly cover the field goal spread there. I can't say that I've paid too much attention to them, but they have some interesting wins on their resume. They're 5-6. So is Navy, but they kicked Air Force ass this year. They beat UTSA. I don't think Frank Harris was playing quarterback that game, but still going on, out to San Antonio and winning. They beat Coastal just a week ago, or I guess it would have been 2 weeks ago. And we know that Coastal team, they can play some good ball. So I'll take Army, and then I'll also probably take the under too, just because Academy under.
Yeah. Max, what about you?
Yeah, I like the under. I'll probably do like maybe a little same game money line for Army in the under, but I kind of just like that solo play under.
Yeah. Maybe tease up the under a little bit just to get that plus money. I like that. Some fun facts for you guys. Last year's over under 32.5 in the Army Navy game was the lowest that they've had in that game since 1995. They actually went over. Fun fact, they went over because they went into double overtime.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a couple overtimes.
Yep. So that game really was like a fake over. It was the first over that has hit since 05. So 16-year run. Army's won 5 of the last 7. And like I said, second lowest under in FBS history. So I'm with both of you on the under, and I'm with you, Sean, on the money line. I don't know. I'm hoping there's enough to bring it down to -2.5. I have a feeling that by kickoff it might be -3.5 or -4. So more just if anyone's really wanting that in, lock that in before Saturday. See it going down.
That stat you mentioned is telling that we're not getting any younger, because I remember always this like Navy dominating this rivalry for a ton of years, and you mentioned that Army's won
5 of the last 7.
5 of the last 7, but that was when Navy had the old coach and stuff, and I just felt like they were a little bit more football focused, and it's just not the case right now. Where did that coach go?
Fired, or did he get fired? I forget his name. It's like Ken something.
Yeah, kind of had like the wine look. Would wear like the.
Yeah, I don't want to like.
Yeah, Nima Tolo.
Yeah.
Essentially, just he was told that he would not be retained for the 2023 season. So I guess a very polite military way of saying, you got the boot.
Oh, and then so he is now an advisor on UCLA's staff.
Okay, very nice.
So he's going to be advisor there, and then he's going to be an offensive analyst for Nick Saban, and then all of a sudden he's going to be the head coach of some random program, and he's just going to take him out of nowhere, just like Curt Cignetti, or Sark, however you want to do it. Sark took a long way there, but he got there. Yeah. So, okay, sweet. Well, I love that. We'll see how those games pan out. Always a good, I wouldn't say the most entertaining game, but always a good close game to watch. So yeah, any other college football? Shall we move to the NFL gridiron and get these picks underway? Because now that college football is over, this is going to be our bread and butter. So time to lock in. Boys are looking good overall, I'd say. Every one of us is over 50% on the NFL season. Have to give our flowers to Mr. Sean Rosenkrantz going 5-0 last week. Sean has been absolutely tearing it, leading our NFL picks right now at 57%. Max well over 50 with a 55%. He's been streaking probably the first time that I think I've had a better weekend than Max in NFL last weekend. He's been on fire.
What did you do to get that better weekend?
Yeah, come on.
Good question.
This is the
Good
first
question.
time ever. What are you
What did I
doing?
do? What did I
Undermining what happened?
I went 5-0. I also went 5-0, and this is even crazier that
Quality,
two of us went
absolute
5-0.
quality.
Oh, it's crazier because over the last couple of weeks, like last 3 or 4 weeks, we've tried to not pick the same matchups and stuff. I think it's happened more in college, but the fact that NFL, Sean gave out 5 different picks from me, all hit. I gave out 5 different picks, hit. So yeah, if I didn't go 5-0, I would not be able to say that our whole team is over 50%. So I had to do it last week so that I could make sure I wasn't the last person in the squad to get over 50%.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been slacking. College football is bread and
Hey,
butter.
you're making up for it well in the college football space.
Yeah. So
You
we'll take
imagine
it.
that parlay? We parlayed y'all's fucking 10 picks.
Oh my God.
Ridiculous.
I don't even want to know. It made me sick. And I think my most favorite pick out of the entire weekend that had hit last week was a little underdog money line that hit where Sean had +6 on Sunday night. And I just want to talk about it for a quick second. The
Easy winnings there.
so easy. I mean, Green Bay Packers beat the Chiefs. We are on. I don't know. What I need to do is a time lapse of the last 6 podcasts that we've done and of what I've said just on the Packers and just clip those and collage them all together because it's a fucking roller coaster and I'm enjoying it finally. I'm not crying and screaming and asking for my mommy. I just want to know when the next loop-de-loop is coming. And so I'm ready for it. Loving Jordan Love, what they're doing. Defense finally comes to fucking play. I don't know. It was weird. The offense was just clicking. I haven't seen that all year. And I'm hoping that this is the direction that Green Bay's going in. They're, I think, 6-6 now in the hunt. I think maybe tied for the last spot in the wild card, something like that. I don't even want to look at it because then I'm going to start overthinking. But there's a possibility that the Packers could make the playoffs. And this is similar to the Aaron Rodgers situation last year with the Lions, where the Packers started off really bad. And like you're sitting there, but you have Aaron Rodgers. And you're like, okay, well, we're supposed to. And now I feel like I have this weird little thing where I'm like, okay, yeah, we've supposed to be doing things when we have a guy like Aaron Rodgers. Now we're just doing those things and we don't have him. And it's a team effort. Everyone's hyped up. I'm not saying that he's the reason why we're 6-6. I mean, what am I bragging about? We're fucking 500. But I think there's a lot of good things to look at. I think defense is finally healthy for the most part. But yeah, I am super stoked about the Pack 5-0 weekend. And I basically took all of that profit and put it on Packers money line on Friday or Sunday night. And your boy went big and probably a stupid thing. And I don't plan on doing that probably anytime soon again, but definitely cashed out me on some +220 Packers money line. So had to give Sean the flowers, had to give myself some flowers. Give Max a little kick in the rear because we know he's about to bust our fucking ass this weekend. We know that. Man comes correct when he needs to. So really excited for this weekend of picks. Full slate, I think almost. Is it just the Commanders on bye? Like who else is on bye?
Commanders and Cardinals. 2 Monday night week.
Yep. So 2 Monday night games. We got game obviously tonight and a lot of good Sunday games. So without further ado, let's see both. Sean, did you have Bijan or Brian Robinson for your touchdown?
I had out Brian Robinson.
Okay. That's what I thought. Yeah. And I mean, Max, to be fair, you were the only one that hit your touchdown and you hit that in the first like 30 seconds of red zone.
I believe King Henry had 2 touchdowns as well.
Yeah, I was like, I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Henry scores right away. I'm like, awesome.
Yeah,
Nothing
Max is like,
happened.
I did my part, and then he's looking around, and we're all just like, ah, shit.
Yeah.
I was like waiting for Zach Moss to score in that game. I was like, come on, this is gonna be a high scoring game. How is Zach Moss not scoring? But yeah, overall, everyone hit their overs, so good on that. Almost everyone hit their unders, so I think we've been doing pretty well in those fronts. So let's just get
Yeah.
into picks. Yeah.
Well, which one of y'all? How you guys gonna decide?
I'm gonna
Uh,
go with
Sam,
Sean.
you
Sean's
go.
got the better season record, so we'll go.
Okay.
That's true. That's the tie break. Yeah.
Yep. So that is the tie break. So Sean, lead us off with
All
your
right. I am going to I, I hate saying this. I guess yeah, the whole board. Never mind. I don't have to go.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Give me over, where is it? Over 47 in Seahawks 49ers. I don't know, when these two teams play, like there's just going to be points, just going to be the two coaches, scheming up to crush the other there. They know each other. And, I think Geno will sling a little bit. Seahawks will get some points on the board. The 49ers will just have a dominant half of football like they did against, we don't need to talk about it, but what they did to the Eagles last week, like they are by far and away like the top class of football, at least in my eyes at this point. So I think there's going to be, more continued offensive explosion from them as they carry some momentum. So give me over 47.
Yep.
100%.
That's a good first round pick too.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, yeah, I think Max and I were both probably looking at that as well. So
yeah, I don't even know if I'd say it's the one I love the most, but I feel a few like I'll still have that option, in a couple rounds later.
Yeah, a little tingly down there. So you got to go with your pick.
Yeah. I think 49ers and overs right now seem to be a pretty good strategy.
Might self-cover the way they've been playing.
Right.
So I love that. Let's see. Now I'm a little worried, but I also feel good because I have two other overs that if that one doesn't go, then I'm good. So I will not go with an over. I am so fucking torn on my favorite. And there's two dogs I like. So I think I'm going to just knock out the dog. And right now, I want to say their dog. I might have one of y'all just double check and confirm this. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I am.
They are. They're plus 1.5.
Okay, love it. Because I was going to say I could see that being maybe flipped by Sunday, one of those closer ones. However, I fucking love Tampa and these weird small plus money lines. I get them like 2.5 and they'll cover 2 against Houston. They'll be 1.5. They'll win outright. I'm going to keep riding what I know. And that's the Tampa Bay Bucks will make this game ugly. And Arthur Smith will find a way. I love Arthur Smith. He'll still find a way to fuck shit up at the end. Like I just think that I don't understand how he can be playing in this offense. They're finally using Bijan, right? So like you're saying, okay, maybe they're going to start coming around. Nah. Tampa's D's good. Baker's ready to go. He is questionable. So that does scare me a little bit, but I like Tampa. They're an ugly ass team. They're going to dump it off to Rachaad White and he's going to be a top 10 running back. Did you guys know that he's a top 10 running back in fantasy football this year right now?
I did.
That's insane.
Just some coworker was showing me like the game log, his last like 6. It's phenomenal.
It's unreal. And I'm hoping that my other dog, I'm willing to bet a lot of money that one of you will take it. I just couldn't for the life of me get myself to do it. I'm scared after last week, but give me Tampa plus 1.5.
Okay. No, I do like that.
I just don't really love a lot of the other dogs. That's my only thing. There's like 1 or 2 that I just don't feel good enough about. And I got to go with what I know.
The strategy's been working well for you.
All right, Max, where are we going with pick numero 3?
I'm going to jump to the favorites and just say, sorry, CJ. I don't know why I thought you would throw a pick against the Broncos. You ran over them. You'll run over the Jets. Give me -3.5 Texans.
Like that. It came down. So I was doing some notes yesterday. They were at like 5.5. yesterday. It came down to 3. I think that was the Tank Dell news, I would think, but
True.
still, I think I love that pick. And Zach Wilson, I don't know if he's just gonna pout his way through that game or if he's gonna come to play. One or the other, obviously. He's either gonna pout and suck or he's gonna say fuck everyone. I'm gonna go scorched earth tour on you. But I
Yeah.
feel good enough in either of those options. So I love this pick for that reason.
All right. Thank you.
Run it back, Snake Man.
Oh, shit, that is Emma. I was looking at the thing. I was thinking
You're like
more
waiting
people.
for Emma to pop in off
Yeah.
my leg over here.
Um. Well, shit. I'll go with my under. Um. Give me under 40 Vikings Raiders.
Oh, fuck.
Damn it. So we all that's all of our top unders.
I
That was
do it.
the
I
only
do
one
it.
I wrote for under.
That was my one.
Oh,
Damn.
fire reaction. Good pick, Max.
Yeah, good shit. Yep.
All right. That's well said. Vegas defense been playing well of late, and maybe some of the Dobbs story of a month ago is waning here. So we'll see if they get it going coming out of a bye. All right, I will go. No, sorry, Sam.
Yep. Yeah, bitch. No, I honestly shit. I'm gonna go with I don't like it, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go because I'm not doing Philly +3. I'm gonna do Dallas Philly over 51.5. I generally I do like the high overs. I think after watching the Philly San Fran game yesterday, I think or last weekend, I think it's gonna be pretty similar, but I think that Philly's gonna bounce back. I think it's gonna be closer. So I think 27-31, something like that. I think should be in good shape there. So give me Dallas Philly over.
Yep.
I like that. Yeah.
I'll go to the Dogs. Give me not those Rams, but these Rams at over a touchdown. These Rams are playing pretty well, like on offense. Like they've been scoring on everyone. I think they've been in the 30s the last 2 games. Lamar was missing practice. He's sick. He's pooping again. It's not seem like the Steelers, but I don't love when the Ravens have huge like they're wildly favored. I just feel they underperform a little bit in those spots. I'm sure they will still win this game, but I think it'll be pretty tight butthole there for Ravens fans getting the end. So I love that number I can get with the Rams.
I'm pretty sure the Ravens haven't covered something like that since like they were like 9.5 against Houston week 1.
Yeah.
And look
at like it's good like when they play like Seattle or Detroit, they're like -3, or it's like almost kind of like pick them. Yeah, like I don't love the -7.5 for them. All right, I'm actually gonna go to my prop here now. There's no way like because there's so many more options with props, but give me Gardner Minshew over 232.5 passing yards. He's gone over this number in like 4 of his last 5 games. And I don't know if you've watched the Bengals the last few weeks, but this is not the same defensive team that they were the last few weeks there. They've been they let the Steelers get 400 yards. I mean, the Jags were going up and down on them last week, and Minshew can. He's got some of that Brett Favre gunslinger in there. So, like 3 passes and he might be more than half of the way over this number. So,
what is
232.5, Sam?
232. Okay, might be. I was just gonna ask that.
Yeah, just I gotta keep it honest.
Oh yeah, shoot, man. It's like you get a right answer or a wrong answer that gets counted right in middle school. You go tell your teacher, and you still get the same score.
Yeah.
Yep. Good karma.
Good boy. Let me see. All right, so Sean's so I'm back.
Yeah.
You know what, Sean? While we're at it, speaking of Gardner Minshew, I think Cincinnati and Jake Browning come back to earth this week, and I think that the way Indianapolis runs the ball, the way that they're they're pretty much just a, I wouldn't say, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like not a team of destiny, but they're like looking like they could be a team of destiny where they're just pulling out wins left and right. I think they're in the playoff hunt. They're right around there. Minshew's been playing well. Pittman's kind of gathering his stuff. I think this is a big Zach Moss game. And I'll be honest with you, some of the lines I was looking at just a little too big, and I was too scared to take Kansas City -1.5 against Buffalo. So give me Indianapolis -1 for now against Cincinnati. Might go more, honestly, but definitely will take that money line if I made -1 money line all the same.
Yeah. I'm certainly eyeing that up.
Let's see, Max.
Let's see. I will I'll polish off the dogs. Fuck it. This is a redemption game. This is a fuck you. We should have won last game, and we're on our home turf. Maybe biased. Give me Bears +3.5.
There it is.
I mean, goddamn, dude. We got a bye week coming off of a win, and I think hopefully something changed with Getsy. Someone told Getsy to stop these goddamn screenplays. I mean, for fuck's sake, it's unreal. But Lions were destined to lose that game. And speaking of karma, karma's going to come back, and we're going to win this one. So
Karma is my boyfriend. Karma is my quarterback. Justin Fields.
Karma is Justin Fields.
Yeah, Karma is Justin Fields running his dick down your throat.
Watch him shock the world. Watch him just go out and get it cleaned up.
Yeah.
He said he's not worried about all the talk about his future with the Bears too. So,
ooh.
Well,
I don't want to derail our picks. I got into a little, I wouldn't say heated, a passionate debate with some fellow sports friends. And I don't know, let's just say both picks are like top 10. Let's say maybe the Bears pick is like no more than 13. You're meaning to tell me you're going to draft Caleb Williams 1 and then you're going to wait till 13 to go get, quote, like a guy that's supposed to be there for Caleb Williams when you could just go get like, you can maybe even trade down, get like a couple picks, go to like 3, still get a good O lineman or like a Jared Verse or a good defensive guy, or even Marvin Harrison or some shit like that. Give Fields a weapons. And worst case, Fields doesn't pan out. You have other quarterbacks that can come into a system that makes sense. And that's like the part that blows my mind is like, if Fields doesn't work out and you build around him, you're not building around like this. He's very special. He can run, he can pass. He's not like a unicorn in terms of a quarterback. Like you can build around him and still you could go get someone in free agency and have him operate in the same offense if like Fields is so bad that you can't play him anymore. Or you just let Bagent run it and give Bagent a try and then give Bagent 10 games and see how it goes. Like I feel like you're in a better spot with Fields and Bagent than people are doing. And personally, I think watching Caleb Williams the last like probably 5 weeks that he played for USC, I don't know if he was just checked out, but I don't know, man. I don't think, like, I'm trying to think of a QB that's such a difference maker that he completely changes a franchise, and I can only think of maybe a couple. And at this point, we're attacking some of them anyways. The only one we're not attacking is Mahomes. I mean, Lamar Jackson always has issues that everyone's complaining about. They're still good. Josh Allen has turnovers. Like, we're talking about these elite quarterbacks, but you're telling me, I don't know. I still think Fields could be in that top 10 QB conversation. He's like 18 months in. Like he hasn't even...
Yeah, I think with the they would never say it, but I almost want to think like the dilemma that they don't love that it'll end up being the number 1 pick, because that almost forces you into habits or a selection that isn't necessarily like fitting in with what the rest of your strategy or the team is doing. You might not be ready to move on from Fields, but like how many times in the next couple of decades are you going to have the number one pick with what looks like to be pretty good QB talent out there? So they're just going to have to really know what be very firm on like if we want to continue riding with Fields, then love that idea of maybe trading it down or whatnot. But it's they would never say it publicly, but it almost puts them in a tougher spot than if like they had 3 and 8 or something.
Even if Carolina gets some wins and the Pats keep losing, like just Pats sneak that one, and they're like, all right, we're getting Marvin. We're with Fields another year, and hopefully don't draft fucking Drake May too.
Yeah,
because that's fucking fucking starting the whole shit wheel. I mean, I don't want to do that shit.
I was there live that day. The day I texted you guys. I said I'm at the draft. Bears are trading. They're trading up, and y'all were like, "No way!" And I was like, "Yeah, gotta be Mitch." And everyone was just like, "Fuck." Yeah. Like it wasn't like, oh, cool, we're excited about Mitch. No one was really that excited about Mitch at number 2.
Oh, our job.
I like him now.
Is not a draft analyst, but I'm gonna say that if you didn't win a bunch of games at your ACC school, as the quarterback, you don't deserve to go in the top 10. It's probably not going to work out that well in the pros. Good quarterbacks typically win a lot in college. You don't see it too often the other way.
Yeah, 100%. Well, Max, I feel like I hijacked that whole point. I went on a rant, but what?
Anyway, go Bears.
Yeah. What do you think, Max?
About what?
You're on the field stand, right? Like you're not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're not all in on Fields. I think maybe we even just what if we trade, say it's us and Pats. We're 1, Pats end up being 2, because I think that's how it sits right now. And then the Pats fucking are just like, we trade with them and get Marvin, and we're like, well, goddamn. So I mean, fuck yeah. I think if it's 1, let's just get Marvin, and then we'll be. I think we'll still be top 10. So I still do like a Jared Verse, even though we do have Montez Sweat, but Verse is more D tackle, so that will help.
You can always use more pass rushers. That's what I'm learning in the NFL. The Eagles had 100 of them when they won that Super Bowl.
Yeah. So, but I'm all in on Fields.
And I think so. To your point, worst case, you draft Marvin at 1, and everyone's like, "Why'd you draft him at 1?" It's like, okay, worst case, we have now Marvin, DJ Moore, Mooney, Kmet, and we'll build and what even a free agent QB. Think about not even draft. Let's say you don't draft someone for Fields. Fields doesn't pan out. You're telling me that a free agent QB that's on the market who needs a place isn't going to be interested in Chicago when he looks at Marvin Harrison and DJ Moore and that. I don't know. I think there's if we're talking about game changing QBs, there's only so many of them. And you even look at the QBs, the starting QBs now, how many of them are number 1 pick worthy? There's only so many. And so I don't know. I think just seeing some of the flops recently, I'm just more on the train of let's just build out a team essentially that's going to be good no matter what. And we'll figure out a QB. I mean, we could draft him the very last pick in the 7th round of the 2021 draft, and he might win the NFL MVP this year. If we're talking real shit. I mean, why are more teams not going after the Niners model?
Yeah.
I mean, Brock Purdy, I don't know. I still don't know if he's MVP level good or if he's just in a great setup, but if you can build everything, if you can build it, they will come, right? So. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. I think it was more I had a passionate debate about it yesterday. I wanted to get y'all's thoughts on that, but I don't know. You give Justin Fields more time. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, how the fuck can you pass on Marvin? I mean, one of the best wide receiver prospects we've seen in a while.
100%.
But yeah.
Who's up? Max is still up. Okay, sorry. Yep.
As for Sunday, the Bears will easily cover that +3.5. And I can't wait. Justin Fields looked good against the Vikings. His play calls just weren't good. So that will change. And I'm ready to roll over the Lions in Chi-Town. And that leads me to my double dip. Give me that over 43.5. Even if I'm completely wrong, the Lions fucking put up hella points against the Saints. Saints slowly came back, which I think we could do. And
The Saints put up 28 on.
Yeah, like they slowly were just like, no, let's just keep scoring. So I think easily that over will hit.
Yeah,
I really like that.
Fun game.
I think that number is way lower than where it should be.
Oh yeah.
Last matchup was 46.5.
Okay. And that
maybe just
well
maybe if there's weather, it'll be cold.
True, it will be cold.
Is that in Chicago?
Yeah.
Fair. I really like that. Okay, so I think it is me. Oh fuck. I'm gonna knock out my favorite no. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm gonna knock out my prop. We talked a little bit about it on the text thread before here. I will be playing someone who doesn't currently have a market up. Should have a market up, but I also have an alternative contingency plan member if said bet, either whether he doesn't play or if the bet is more juicy than -140. I'm talking about some bias here. I'm talking about a guy who just signed a fat contract earlier this season. And the guy, usually you see people take a step back, they sign some big money, maybe they take that season off, just kind of chill, whatever. You see that little dip, guy gets money, he chills. This guy has not. His name is Rashawn Gary. The man like cries when they win. Like that's how emotionally invested he is in this team. He's the fucking man. He had 3 sacks either I think it was 2 weeks ago. He played really well last week I think he had a sack against Kansas City. Give me Rashawn Gary for a sack for the Packers-Giants game on Monday night. And just as an alternative, and hopefully you guys don't have any Packers picks or maybe just this pick specifically as your pick, give me the Jordan Love over 223.5 passing. If that's ticked up a little bit since I last checked, I'm happy to take that. I think he goes well over 230, and I think he's probably in the 250 to 265 range realistically. Only thing I'm worried about is weather. We might not have Aaron Jones, and based on the last couple games, they don't care. It's in Green Bay, they're throwing shit, and it doesn't really matter. So
I think it's in New York.
Oh, is it in New York? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Love is at 223.5.
Okay, 223.5. So I'll still take that over. I think that's still too low. I mean, I think worst case he's at like 232 or something like that. So yeah, I'll go with Rashawn Gary sack, alternate Love over on passing. So as long as that's cool with you guys, we did some research and I think Gary should be, if he's not better than -140, then I probably don't want it. But either way, as long as that's cool with y'all, that's how I'm rolling.
Yeah, that's good with me. Good with me.
Cool. And I'll update y'all on Sunday or Monday or Sunday whenever I get that first line, I'll send y'all that. So we can lock that in.
Am I on the around the horn here?
Around the horn.
All right. Go give me under in Broncos Chargers. That is at 44. The Chargers are doing the thing again this year. It's something I harped on a ton last year. Like we just think of them and we think of Herbert and Keenan Allen, the cool uniforms. They don't score as many points as they should. They certainly, they won 6-0 against the Pats last week. The Broncos defense has been playing a little bit better. of late. If Russell Wilson didn't turn the ball over 35 times last week, they probably would have beat the Texans in Houston. So they're certainly trending in the right direction there. I just think that game's going to be pretty shitty, in all honesty. So I know it's already kind of low, but under 44.
I like that. I laughed when you said that, because when you said thinking about last year, when I looked at that line, I was like, I bet you Sean will probably play that under, because I remember I have that LA Chargers under in my mind now. I feel like I've stayed away from some of their overs just because I have your little voice in my head. I'm like, wait, nope. Sean said it.
Happy to help. Just some financial advice. For my favorite here, I'm gonna go with it's not back against the wall necessarily, but I think it's for the season. If you're the Cleveland Browns, you probably can't suffer any more losses at this point, as you're still going to have some divisional games in front of you, and we're already in week 14. Unfortunately, you now luckily get to play a CJ Beathard Jags team, and though the Jags are super good outside of the quarterback position, it's a huge loss. Browns are at home. It's only 3 points. I kind of like the way their offense looked with Flacco there. So I think this is just they kind of break out of their rut type of pick.
I really like that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I wrote down maybe stay away ? I don't know what's going on with these QBs, so I'm with you there. And if I'm going to pick a side, I like Cleveland's defense over anything. Honestly, anything in that game, offense on either side, defense on either side, special teams. Give me Cleveland's defense.
Yeah.
Like that. I have been just delaying the inevitable. I need to pick an under, and you guys have just been plucking a couple off my list, which has made it easier for me because I am so torn. I like every under. I might do a 10 leg under of all the unders I like because of how many good unders there are. I did talk about Atlanta and Tampa being kind of a shit show on the over-under. Tampa Bay's been definitely an under team. However, I'm going to go with a Bryce Young, Jameis Winston matchup. Sounds great in theory when you think of Jameis Winston. Yeah. I think this might be one where Carolina wins, and I don't think that they score more than 21 points if they do win. So we'll call it a 21-16 game. And so give me under 37.5 Carolina, New Orleans.
Okay. Yeah,
that could be an ugly over. Those ugly games that just go over. I could easily seen it being that, but I will kick myself in the ass if halftime it's 3-3, So had to get that one out. All right, Max, you got your last two.
All right, I will do my prop. I know you were just kind of shit talking Arthur and Bijan, but Bijan's 67.5 rushing yards seems pretty damn good to me. I think it was minus 115. But let me pull that.
That's fine. I think most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that. Hopefully 67.
Yeah, you should clear that, dude, for sure.
Yep.
You got 61.
It was that low.
Like that. I like that a lot. Love that, actually.
Yeah, I'm looking up my projection shit because
saying there was you have 61, it was 67, is what I was saying.
Oh, is it 67?
Yeah. 67.5. I fixed it.
Okay.
Which still money. And also my touchdown, I will ride with the Irish guy. Give me Kieran Williams plus 1.
Oh,
nice.
He's slowly been getting a bunch of touches these past couple weeks, and he's rolling. So I love it.
I mean, you took my main one, I think. I gotta look back at my list. I think he was either my 1 or my 2 for sure. Hell yeah. No, I think he definitely scores. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull up the odds, but oh shit, I'm up. I'll pull up
Yeah,
the odds.
I have his thing already selected. So if you want to tell yours, I'll keep plugging.
Can you do a quick check? Can you give me Travis Etienne?
Wasn't up because there was one I looked at as well.
Yeah, that's okay. No, that was kind of, if it wasn't up, then I probably wasn't going to pick it. Love the Kieran Williams one. I'm going to go with you know what? You know what I believe in? I believe in second chances. And yeah, you might not have scored last week. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna give you the ball again. You get the game-winning shot, you don't make it. I'm gonna give you one more try. Mr. Zach Moss. I know he's pretty juicy on the touchdown front, but Zach, I'm giving you another chance, baby. Let's make it happen. Zach Moss.
165 DraftKings.
Cool juice. So Sean, hopefully you're not bringing too much juice because we might not have a juicy parlay.
We need to hit this year though. So
Damn, I
Right.
love the idea of, I don't think we were wrong last week. We were just early. And I actually am going back to the cookie jar for a B Robinson. But hold up. Not the same B Robinson from last week. Yeah, like not so fast, Lee Corso there. Give me Bijan Robinson to score a touchdown as he gets all those yards that Max needs in his prop. I believe it's probably like minus 110 or minus 120 or something.
spot on 110.
Well, okay, all right.
I was wondering, you were smiling and Max had the Bijan talking. You were grinning over there. I was like, what's he about to cook up?
Well, I was grinning too.
I love it actually. I was like, oh.
Well, kind of going back since I didn't get to mention it there because I was able to get my Rams pick for the dog. I was going to take the Jets for the dog if I didn't get to pick the I'm told everything you said is right, Max. I'm just doing the like football's weird, like Houston, everything is going right for them right now. Like Jets, everything is going wrong. Just how funny would it be if we get like the Zach Wilson game against the Chiefs where he looks like a normal quarterback. They play good defense, they run the ball, and maybe they just lose by a field goal type of thing. But luckily, I didn't have to take that.
I did. I heard you make a little noise when I said Houston. I was like, is that good or bad?
So now I'll be rooting for your pick.
I love it. All three of our tutties are plus 589.
Oh, that's good. That's like reasonable. Like, someone sees that, they're not going to be like, holy shit, you guys are dumbasses. Like, no way.
Yeah.
That it's like, all right, like, I think we can work with that.
Hey, this is a run the damn ball. Parlay there.
Maybe that's all we needed. I was going to say, we did do the run the damn ball parlay last week, looking at it.
Well,
but that extra fourth
leg. You got to give him another chance. Hey,
it was a different Robinson. It was a different.
We got stuffed on first down, but we're going to give it back.
Yeah. Well, we just need to, Zach Moss will get it back, and then we just picked the wrong B-Rob. That's all. So now we're back. Max is going to lock us in because he's the only one that's helping us out. Max has hit 1, 2, 3.
Definitely not 4.
He's hit the last 3 touchdowns picks. So Kieran Williams.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a row, Max. So yeah, we're rolling. Sean, question for you because you mentioned it. I wrote it down and I forgot to ask. Is Jaylen Warren now the set it and forget it over receptions? Is he going to start taking over Mixon?
I have not declared who is the don't think about it, just set it and forget it.
Still interviewing.
They're both,
your
401k set it and forget it guy. But we'll keep an eye on that because when we flip the calendar to 2024 for that season, I'll be doing a lot of research over the summer, and he could be the guy.
Be the guy. I love it.
There hasn't really been great applicants, so I don't blame you.
No, right? We need a better pool.
Yeah, we do. We have not. I mean, to be fair, Sean's been the only one who's been pooling candidates. Max and I have just I don't know if we've played any reception.
Justin Fields anytime tutties.
Yeah. Max just went off his normal shtick over here. It was either Hurts or Fields tutty, and that shit was cash for like 90% of last season.
I'll tell you though, Mixon in the has 6, 2, and 5, and as his receptions over the last 3 games.
Okay.
Technically, even more than that. If we go, he's hit in 3 of the last 5. So maybe
Okay.
we'll just maybe I'll play a mix in one.
Buy it.
I like it. I like it. Anything that you guys didn't get to put as your picks that you feel is worth mentioning that you really like?
Not really. I did also have that under written down, and Sean, in case mine got taken.
Okay, good. Well, I was all over Minnesota Vegas, so I like where our brains at.
Love that.
Sure.
Let me see. I'm looking at games that we might we got where do we stand on just Kansas City and Buffalo?
Yeah, that's fair. We didn't even we all stayed away from that.
Yeah. Probably had a
Yeah,
good
like
thing, but
like
what do you guys
how
think?
people are probably going to stay away from Sean McDermott right now after his little
I
piece.
still have so was it a 9/11 reference? Is that what that whole thing is
Just
about? I have to I'll read it.
quoting like his quote or whatever. Apparently, to like try to like make like an analogy and like how like together an operation has to go like to pull off something like that. Just horrible in taste. No, not good. Not good there, Sean.
Jeez.
And he's even got the EAN too, man. Like you're lumped in with the guy.
Oh no, oh, come on, don't do that. Don't do that to me. I'm so anti-terrorist. You know what? I'm getting out on a public forum like this. Anti-terrorism. Anti-terrorism. 9/11 was bad.
We are Two Brothers
I,
Sports Podcast. We
I
are an
not want my
anti-terrorist
football team
organization.
to
We
think like they're
are
terrorists.
we are anti all the bad things.
The memes have
Don't
already
need to
been
name them all. We're anti all the bad things.
I saw someone did the Notre Dame play like a terrorist
Oh,
Twitter's
Yeah. And for that reason,
Twitter's quick to get
so Chiefs money line. Chiefs
yeah,
money.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I think after the loss last week, I think Chiefs is probably a good play here.
100%. That was
I think over is probably a good play too.
Yep. That was my number. Like if I wasn't picking Indy as my favorite, I was going to go KC. I was going to do it. Just couldn't get myself up for it, but I think they do bounce back. They didn't look great against Green Bay, and it's at Buffalo, right? So weather could be pretty shitty.
And I mean the Bills, backs against the wall, honestly. Like they
I like the over for that reason.
coming off a bye week, they gotta try to do some shit.
What was the AFC Championship a few years ago where they gave Mahomes too much time? That game was like a 35-38 game or something.
Yeah, I think 38-35 might be exactly it.
So yeah, I mean it's gonna be a fucking awesome game. I think it's 4:00 game too, right? Are they really They are okay. I want to take a quick step back because the fact that 1:00 slates are 1:00 slates, you get all the games. They are giving us, thank you, NFL. First off, thank you, NFL. You're giving us Kansas City, Buffalo at 4. You give us fucking Eagles and Cowboys on Sunday night. Like, how am I supposed to get through the whole damn day of watching football? This is gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
So many good games on this week. This is a crazy good week. Bears Lions at 1. That'll be a good game. That'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just got, we got the Pack Giants on Monday. That's going to be the ugliest shit show of a game. But let's see. Miami, Tennessee. Miami minus 13.5. Any feelers on that? That's one game we did not bring up.
Yeah, I mean, if I do my same logic of like
too many points,
like the unders in the middle 40s, 13 points here, but I'm not going to bet on Tennessee. Nothing really piques my interest in that game.
Fair.
More Tyreek Hill yards.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Tyreek fucking all 100 for like plus 110 or some shit.
Might even do like 180 just for shits. He might just plus 180. Shit. Okay. I think that might have been the only other game we haven't really talked about. I was just trying to look through the when you got fucking 15 picks, should be able to get through every game. It is surprising we didn't even talk about Kansas City Buffalo, but I think that goes to show how close and good that game will be.
Yeah.
So I like that. Oh,
Scary.
quick thing, Max. I know you might not like this, but it won't really affect a win or loss potentially. But Goff over 241.5 passing yards. That seems pretty asinine.
For every time this game, I always think Amon Ra, like he eats
Yeah,
against the
yeah.
Bears.
I think Goff and Fields will both throw for like 250 each. I think this is going to be so high scoring that there's no way that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's all I have. Yeah.
All
Oh
right, boy.
yeah. Well,
Hey,
all right. Well,
play some Renegade for me, and yeah, it's gonna be gross. So maybe continue having a few beverages to help get you through this. And I don't expect when I send like a text out near the end of the game anyone to still be up. So just getting that out there too.
I'll see. I'll see if I place anything. Yeah, I might. I don't know. We got the. You know what? Quick little shout out. Wifey over here is graduating. About to be a doctor. I'm
Yeah.
about to be married to a doctor. Let's go. So super pumped for her. But yeah, I will be. Sean, I might sneakily still be up because this is my last night before everyone comes into town. So I will be enjoying myself, and I might just have to watch this under hit for myself.
Fair
Um,
enough.
but yeah, good luck, Steelers. I'm definitely rooting for the Steelers. I wish it wasn't goddamn -6. It's such a cock tease
Bullshit.
from a betting perspective.
It should be illegal for a team that lost to the Cardinals to be favored 6 against anyone.
Yeah, they're like bounce back, and then they turn around. They're like, Mitch, you ready for a bounce back? And he's like,
Oh,
yeah, I'm good for 220, one pick, one touchdown, and I'll have a dump off 80-yard reception touchdown to Jalen Ward or
oh,
Jalen Ward.
I can't wait for my stupid self has to like after a nice play tonight be like, Mitch, top pick. Maybe.
You just need to go watch the video of the fake slide, and then you'll be fine. You'll be like, oh yeah, it's KP.
Yeah, no. We were like, those last two games after Canada. we hadn't really scored a bunch of points, but Kenny had already thrown he'd already thrown 60 or 80 yards to Pickens within like the first quarter. So, it was
That was good to see.
things were looking a little all right. But yeah, that sucks. And he's starting to your best ability is your availability, and brother is leaving a lot of games earlier in his career. So, not ideal.
Yeah. Yep. I hear that. Well, hey, if the Chargers can cover a -5.5 spread on a 6-0 game, there's no reason that the Steelers can't do the same and TJ Watt be quite literally the only touchdown scorer in the day. I wouldn't be surprised. So good luck to your Steelers.
Thank you.
Good luck to all. We'll get into more college hoops and stuff. I haven't even looked at the slate. If we got any picks, we'll shout them out on the weekend. But we got some good football picks. I'm really excited. Good luck to the Bears, as always. Let's beat the fucking Lions. Any help that y'all might be able to give the Packers, we'll see. And then, Giants, go fuck yourself, dude. I fucking hate the Giants. Ruin 2 potential Super Bowl opportunities for me. One of which I'm pretty sure I was going to go to. The other one, definitely not. But yeah. So we'll come to Meadowlands and we'll beat that ass. Bryce, you heard it. I'll text you. Believe it. Anything else? Otherwise, fellas, let's have a great fucking weekend. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's win some money.
Hey, maybe another 5-0 week from the group.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Down here, Max is getting it this time. Max is getting it this weekend. I do really like your
Awesome.
slate.
Tailing his picks.
Let's go. I hope that somebody's making money off of us winning because if it's just us, then that's cool. But we're trying to help the people out. So let's get it. Have a great weekend, everyone. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.